You're listening to The Sizzle on Iron Skillet Radio and Iron Skillet Television.
The NCAA Final Four is already set in place, Jay, and the most chalkiest of chalk is now on the playing field, now on the hardwood, is the best of the best. I mean, the bluest of the blue. What blue do you choose? Jay Sizzle, we're talking about the Blue Bloods. We're talking about Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, and Villanova. You're talking about all blue all the time. This might be one for the ages. You've got one of the sages of basketball leaving on his final hurrah. You've got a former player and champion. You've got an old, salty, finely dressed man who will bring his team to valor. And by the way, you got another team with some paid hitters. They go out there, they hit when they hit. So, Jay, what say you about the Final Four?
You know what? Cream rises to the top. You saw Duke look a little shaky early in the tournament, but they got their feet up underneath them. UNC was in control the entire time. There's a reason why those guys play at North Carolina and not at St. Peter's. We saw the difference in talent. You can have a hard hustle and muscle, but when you have talent that is motivated, they're not going to want to get embarrassed on their floor. You're going to find out real quick. You saw 3 or 4 guys off that North Carolina team that's probably going to play in the NBA. And they showed you why they're going to play in the NBA, because they just completely outclassed St. Peter's. Congratulations to them for their final run. Now, this is a pick 'em out here. I mean, I'm looking at Duke, UNC. My heart says Duke, but UNC look good. I think Duke is the best overall team left right now. I just think they're the cream of the crop. I think Kansas, Villanova, that's going to be just a heck of a game. But I think Villanova is just not big enough to defeat Kansas. I just don't think they are. I think Kansas is just going to get after them because they're just bigger than them. And then I think you're going to see Kansas Duke in the final, and I think you're going to see Coach K walk away with a championship. I think it's been written.
It's really eerie. It's creepy how this kind of came together. Now, Villanova's Justin Moore is set for an MRI, and that MRI came back, and when he went, now he will have to undergo surgery for a torn Achilles.
Right, that's bad.
For Villanova, that's a devastating loss to lose one of their best guards on the team. But it also opens the door for Kansas to come in, as you said, with their length and size.
Yep.
Now, with Duke and North Carolina, there's size. It's size on size.
Yeah.
But you've got to see if North Carolina can make shots and if Duke can just maintain. Somehow, Jay, I feel this eerily, it shakes out weird for Coach K. I'm not a Coach K person, but this may be the hurrah that he rides off into the sunset.
I think what happens now, I think the people always talk about, well, we're not going to look at the letters on the front of the jersey. But there's no way that you don't look at the letters on the front of the jersey when it is the Duke Blue Devils. And they're in the Final Four, and they're in the warm-up line. They bring history with them. They're one of the most historic college basketball teams ever assembled under Coach K for a long period of time. They've turned out really great teams. Now, have they turned out as many great pros out of Duke as you would think there would be? But a lot of solid ball players came out of Duke. It's almost like, Notre Dame football somehow or another. It's that majesty. They might not be winning championships, but there's something about the Golden Domers when they come to play. And there's something about when the Duke Blue Devils show up. They're known greater than any other team out there. Now, the one thing about Kansas is Kansas has been doing this a long time. They've been turning out really good ball players and top flight pros coming out of Kansas. And I think you're going to see a Kansas-Duke final, which is probably going to be one of the better games that we've seen, because I think you're just going to see hard scrapping, good coaching, guys who can make shots.
Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Iron Skillet Sports. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Iron Skillet Sports on YouTube at Iron Skillet